All right. If you can hear my voice, are you in one of the great 7 states within our region, which includes Arkansas, Kansas, Kentucky, Missouri, Oklahoma, Tennessee, or West Virginia? We have a fantastic opportunity for you. My name is Corey Williams. I'm the president and CEO of the Williams Group, which is powered by Lincoln Heritage. I'm also with Memorial Gardens. And today we're going to talk to one of our newer agents, Luke Schwepker here in the St. Louis area. It's doing a fantastic job. Just got started with us. That was trained by yours truly. So just wanted to hear a perspective from a brand new agent. So if you're out there and you are working with a company that maybe your comp isn't where it needs to be, or maybe your advance isn't where it needs to be, you're not getting trained. And again, you're within one of our 7 state regions that's at the bottom of the screen. There'll be some contact information for you can reach out to us. We'll provide you with some information and maybe you can make the change or the transition. So thank you for watching this. We're going to invite Luke to the screen here in just a few moments, and we'll go from there. So, Luke, good morning, my man. How are you?
Good morning. How you doing? I'm good.
Good. I see you got your jacket on. Seems like you're freezing to death here in St. Louis like I am. So, awesome. So, Luke, representing the big it's a big game today, huh? Awesome stuff.
Penn State.
Oh, yeah. That should be good. The playoffs should be awesome as well.
Oh, yeah.
Always great to talk to another CELO alumni as well. So,
yeah.
Hey, Luke, man, thanks for your time this morning. I know there's a lot of things you could be doing on Saturday other than hanging out with me. I know I'm a good time, but I wanted to appreciate it.
I love it.
Absolutely. I know you're just getting started with us, and I wanted to bring, I think you have a unique experience, or maybe one that a lot of people would connect with. You're a younger gentleman that's just come onto the group, no insurance background at all. I'll let you tell your story here in a few minutes, and you're off to a pretty good start with your first month here. So I don't want to talk about a whole bunch of money and things like that will come up in our conversation today, but it's more about our process and what we can do to bring other people like yourself, good people, into our culture to continue to grow our explosive team.
Right.
So, Luke, what were you doing? First of all, good morning again. Thank you for coming on. What were you doing prior to coming to Lincoln, and then what brought you here?
So prior to this, the last 2 years, I've been doing electrical, and I never actually liked it. I just kind of woke up depressed every day and hated my life, really doing a 9-to-5 and working for someone. And so finally, after 2 years, I was sick of it and just started looking for new jobs. And I never thought I would get into insurance because I always thought like the bad stereotype of them. But when I saw Lincoln and what they were about, and then when I've had my first interview and when Ernest told me everything about it, I loved everything about it, and that the harder you work, the more you get. So, and I like working for myself. And I realized that switching to insurance, that the only person I want to work for is myself, and that I have motivation for.
Awesome. And what an opportunity to be able to, honestly, it's $1 million opportunity, but to be able to, to get started for really a few $100 and get going and have an opportunity to really flip that and start making money within your first week or two of getting started. Yeah. So congratulations to you on your success so far. We'll get into that here in a little bit. And the great thing is you're not getting zapped or electrocuted or.
Yeah, that was the biggest thing is every single day I had some kind of injury I would come back with, and I was just exhausted. And my biggest fear is getting a finger or toe cut off. So I was getting close. So I had to get out. I'm
sure the ladies would not like, your girlfriend would not like you missing a finger. I'm sure she'd love you all to stay with a little less of you, but yeah.
She might like it, some other people don't.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm gonna try to keep all my fingers too. So from that perspective, explain to me the training. I know we had our 2-day training that Monday, Tuesday, and then we actually went out and hit the field. So tell everybody about your experience. Now, you didn't know I was going to ask you this question or ask you to go into detail. So I want your honest answer. Like, how did the training go Monday, Tuesday, and then explain the field training.
So that training Monday, Tuesday was, I would say if we didn't have that, I wouldn't be near as good as I am right now, because you went into detail with everything, explained everything really good, went at a good pace, and just kept giving us tips and tricks to just get better, and then learning actually what we're doing. And then in the field, that was it was nice to see you go out and do it, to learn from that. And so every time you went and did a presentation, it made it a little easier for me. And then so every time I started doing one, every time it's just easier.
Yeah. And you start, like I was saying in the training, like you start to see some of the things you're doing and the mistakes. Because I know there's times like you'd leave a home and I'd call you or whatever the case is. I'm like, how'd it go? And you'd say,
And
I
then,
did this half, or I should have did this, and those kind of things. And you'll
yep.
learn from those things, which helps you make you better.
Yeah, as long as you have a growth mindset and just take advice and just take your ego aside really and just learn and try to be the best.
Yeah, it's fantastic. That's
It's
fantastic.
not all criticism. It's just
Right.
just trying to get better.
Absolutely. So explain, speaking of that, the training. So, and we just kind of touched on the in-home process. So we do both face-to-face, we do virtual, you can do a combination of both. Just depends on what you want to do. So you've kind of taken the bull by the horns, which is my favorite, sitting at someone's kitchen table and talking to them about protecting their family, right? From
Yeah.
that perspective, explain the in-home process. And then from there, I think you might have only had one modified in all the apps
one modified.
Yeah. So explain the in-home process. What do? You sit down, you've gone through the presentation with someone and they say yes. How does that go?
And so then are you talking about whenever you call?
Yeah, you finish the application and you're ready to
Okay, yeah. So you call, they pick up in 5 seconds, and then they just ask you the same exact questions that you asked them. So it's just a simple yes or no. And then for my modified, he said no for everything, but then the underwriter, he talked to me on the phone. He was like, he had so many prescriptions for his heart or something. Then he was like, we're just gonna have to modify it, but he still got qualified for modified. So
yeah,
a lot of people, because he wasn't getting accepted anywhere else, so he was like, I don't think it's gonna work. And I was like, trust me, I think something's gonna work.
Yeah, for sure. So the cool part about that is we have basically, I shouldn't say basically, we do 98% approval. So we only ask 9 questions, right? Well, you could say 11.
Like
we ask
12.
Yeah, and then we ask if they smoke or not, which are very
Yeah.
basic. If they say no to all those questions, we do the underwriting right there in the spot. So I always like to say no needles, no nurses, no doctors.
Yeah, I've been saying that every time.
Yeah. I want that to stick in you guys' head.
Yeah, it
people
did for sure.
Yeah, when people hear that, it's one of those things because a lot of times they'll tell you no because they've been declined before.
Mm-hmm.
We were at one of your teammates that you went through the training with. We walk up, did a door knock on somebody. Lady opens the door, and I could tell just by her response she wanted it, because when I showed her the lead, and we kind of went back and forth, she ended up. I asked her. I said, "Have you been declined before?" And she said, "Yes." I said, "Well, today's going to be your day." She can't. She came outside. We sat down. Barb went through the presentation.
Oh, it was that one.
Yeah, so it was pretty cool. So application process from your standpoint is pretty easy, pretty simple.
Very simple, very easy.
Yeah, and even shifting from standard to modified was just pretty simple.
Yeah, just a click of a button, just from final to
So you've been here. How many weeks you've been here now?
3 or 4.
Yeah,
3, like starting actually.
Starting with 4. Yeah.
Yeah, and then that Thanksgiving week was short, so.
Right. And you still had a pretty so tell everybody about I don't want to talk about money. I just want to talk about what you did and then how much premium you wrote. So you'd gone through the week. I know I called you a couple of times and those kind of things. I don't like to bug you guys a lot, but I want to be there from a support standpoint.
Yeah.
You got Ernest, you got Chandra, you got other people on the team.
Mm-hmm.
You feel like we use GroupMe as reference to a team connection, those kind of things. So explain, because I think this is good for people to hear. Explain that first week in the field by yourself, and then what you did on that Saturday. I went out with you on that Saturday, and what you
on that Friday.
Friday, excuse me. Yeah.
So it was my first week starting, and Monday I had a few appointments, and I went. Or only one showed up to it. So then, and then she didn't even get it. But I had a feeling, like, I stayed in contact with her because I had a feeling she might get it later that week. And then Tuesday came around, nothing, kept going. No one answered. Wednesday, same thing. No one answered. I started to get down on myself just a little bit, and I think Corey could feel that. And then Thursday, he hit me up after no one answered and was like, "Yeah, I'll come out with you Friday." And then Friday came, and 3 back-to-back policies. So, and then just like that, it changes your whole mindset. Like, I don't know. I don't get down on myself anymore. After that first week, it just kind of shifted my whole mindset of like just staying positive. And I mean, that's all you really can do, because who knows, that next one might be the one. So
that's right. And awesome job of perseverance. I'm going to go ahead and throw SEMO out there again.
I think playing college sports definitely definitely helped with that.
Absolutely. Getting knocked down and getting, not that you have to be an
Yeah.
athlete to do
And
this,
just
but
how
just
many
like,
times you get back up.
absolutely. And that's what this is about. And the most rewarding part, in my opinion, about this, Luke, and I know we've discussed this in training and other times, it's just the opportunity to be able to go out and help people. And I'll tell you, as much as this has probably been financially has changed your situation so far,
Oh yeah.
wait till you have your first claim. When you have your first claim and that family member, that beneficiary that you called when you set the plan up for them, they call you and say, my mom just passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Said that I should call you. And then we call FCGS and they actually do what we say we're going to do. It's pretty amazing. It really is. And it'll change your career, because then you really, really have a full, true understanding of what it is that we do on a basis. So pretty cool. So on that Saturday, I keep saying it's Saturday, on that Friday, and those three sales back to back to back, how much premium did you write that day?
It was like 3,500.
Yeah, just over
Around
35.
there. Yeah.
And how much time did that take?
About 2 hours.
Yeah. So
So
I remember we got back in my car and I said, when's the last
1,000 an
time
hour.
when's the last time you made $1,000 an hour
Yeah.
without shocking yourself or stapling yourself or hitting
Yeah.
yourself with a gun,
No,
those kind of things.
never.
Yeah, nobody's trying to take your head off either, right? So it's just trying to, go out there and help people as best you can.
Yeah, I was just thinking about the money comparison between the two already, and in less than 3 weeks now, or about 3 weeks, I've already made my 2 months salary of an electrical. So
That's amazing.
It's
and
pretty crazy.
Yeah,
And
really
so that's what I told my client yesterday. I was telling her, like, I didn't even want to get into insurance because I didn't think it was like this, but I was like, this Lincoln we actually help people, and that's what I really enjoy doing, just helping people.
Yeah,
So
I was interviewing a guy yesterday, and he literally said to me, he said, "Man, it seems like you're having fun talking to me about this." I said, "I brought you up. I brought you and Barb up," and I said, "It's awesome to work with people, because this isn't a fit for everybody. It just isn't."
no, it's definitely
yeah. Go ahead.
It's definitely not something everyone can do, because a lot of people can't, like, think of that risk of not having a permanent paycheck week to week. And I don't know, a lot of people just don't have the mindset to get out of that cycle of life that everyone's in.
I'm glad you called it a cycle, because I would have called it something else, probably a little bit more derogatory. So you're smarter than me.
Race.
Absolutely, it's a rat race, right? And we've all been on it, myself included. And it's
I've been there for a while.
To be, you said it yourself, and I didn't even know this. What you've made in 3 weeks would have taken you 2 months to do an electrical. I didn't know that. Until you just said it.
Yeah,
which is
I did spend like the rest of my money I had just to get into insurance, so it's definitely paying off, because I went to nothing just to get into this. So
you know what? I love that. I love that story. And
I went 100% in, just dived in.
You have, and that's amazing. So 3508, a couple of Saturdays ago, you've already issued this month. With basically, we can say 6 days, because today's the 7th, 3367, which is pretty awesome. And you're sitting right at probably between 8,000 and 9,000 in your first 3 weeks. So deposits come, as you know, we get paid every day, Monday through Friday. You write an app, as long as it's issued then, and you get the payment and all that kind of stuff for today or tomorrow. You get paid the next day, which is pretty awesome. So
amazing.
The last thing that I'm going to ask you, Luke, and again, thanks for your time, man. It's awesome to be able to
of course.
use a couple things that I didn't even know today. So I know Lincoln has changed your financial situation. It's only been 3 weeks, so I don't mean to get too deep, but what has Lincoln done for you, Memorial Gardens and the Williams Group? What has it done for you from a mental standpoint, financial standpoint? And if somebody's watching this and they're with another organization, or they're watching this and they're saying, I'm tired of being on the hamster wheel, and I'm afraid to let go of my $20 an hour job, or even a salary position, what would you say to that person?
I would say, if you have a self-motivated mindset and you think you can do more than what you're doing right now, like I did, then I would say to switch and do insurance like I did. And that's pretty much it. If you have not everyone has the mindset like that. So if a lot of people are comfortable just going week to week, but like At Memorial Gardens, this is the best people I've ever worked with, the most family oriented, God focused, just great all around people. Like I've never worked with more genuine people in my life, honestly. So like even if the company, even if I wasn't doing this good, I would still love it being around all these people.
Yeah. I appreciate you saying that, Luke. And that's the culture and environment that we want
Yeah,
to create.
the culture is definitely amazing. I've never experienced anything like it, especially from electrical. Like when foremen just try to pick on the bottom of the totem pole, it's not
Yeah.
like that. All we do is lift each other up.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what we do. If you're in a good mood in your head and you're in the right headspace and you're going out and you're
Yeah.
helping people, you're going to make a great income. You're going to build a great residual income. And I've told you this before, you don't even realize the trajectory that you're on and where you're going to be in the next 6 months. You're going to wake up the next 6 months and probably have somewhere between 150, 200 clients, if not more. The residual effect of that will hit your bank account the first week of every month. But not only that, the people that you're going to help along the way and the
Exactly. That's the main thing.
going to change. It's pretty amazing. It really is. So, Luke, man, I appreciate your time this morning. Again, there's 1,000 things you could be doing this Saturday. Appreciate you spending, this time with
Yeah, of
me.
course.
Amazing start, man. I appreciate everything that you're doing. We appreciate everything you're doing. And
Yeah, thank
Lincoln,
you for everything.
no, I'm always here to
Thank
help
you
you,
for
man.
everything you've done for me. Seriously, your training, everything is just perfect. You're a
That's
great person. There's nothing bad to say.
Thank you, Luke. I
I
appreciate
love
that, my
all
man.
of this. Yeah, of course.